Yeah, today I'm going to teach directly on power of imagery or power of what you can see, power of name, power of hearing. Yes, when we talk about power of imagery or power of name, I'm only talking about how we have been turned away from ourselves. Ask yourself, why is it that when you are going to register your name at the birth and death, you are supposed to add an English name, but you have never seen a white man who has taken a local black name before? Remember that the black man is not a surplus human being. He was also created as a full-time human being. Yes, he was also created as a complete human being. So why is it looking as if we have become a complement to others, or we have become like a half created being and somebody have to come and complete us? No, it is not true. Before we came into contact with our imperial masters or our colonial masters, we were naming ourselves in our own way, and I don't think there was nothing wrong with that until they started telling you Peter is a good man, James is a good man, Joseph is a good man. You have to name your people after these people. But ask yourself, does it really make sense to you? Chinese are naming themselves Chinese names. Japanese are naming themselves the Japanese names. Indians are naming themselves Indian names. But anytime we enter into the group, everybody wants to look for a good name to name his child so that they can become like that person. Doesn't mean our forefathers who had lived before us were not having common sense, or they were not worth emulating. That is what I want to ask. This is what we call the power of imagery, the power of sound, sight and sound. This is what we hear. This is what we are seeing. That is what we are following. But are we following the right thing? No. We have been taught to hate ourselves. We have been taught to move away from ourselves. So, some of us have decided to work hard, read. I have read extensively across. I've read over 2,000 books. When it comes to creation, everything is pointing to the black man. But today, the black man doesn't take pride in his own name and language. We are learning our language as a second language in our schools, so we can never grow. When a Chinese man is coming to give a speech in the international parliament, they don't speak English, they speak Chinese, and it is being interpreted. When African is coming to speak, they speak English or French. So these are some of the things. This is a complete awakening trail. You have to, whenever you come across my videos, don't discard it. Watch it, listen to it, deliberate on it, because a lot of people are sleeping. When they wake up, do you know what will happen? You might never know. But Africa will become like England. And when Africa become like England, you are going to work on hours. You work for 5 hours, 10 hours, 6 hours, you are paid and you go home. You are free. Mortgages will be free for you to go and take. Tell me in Ghana here, when they say they are building an affordable housing, tell me who are the ones who go and patronize or who go and buy those houses, the affordable houses, the so-called affordable houses. It is only the rich man. But in China, in Japan, in America, a normal person can own a house, a mortgage. But here, you have to be doing something extraordinary to be able to take a mortgage from the Trazaco. Trazaco, you go there, it is only footballers and musicians and other people who are earning huge amount of money. For how long? There is a fence around all the place. But tell me, when 10,000 people have decided to march on that small village, they can't do anything. This is what I'm seeing. This is what I want us to avoid. Let's help each other. Our problem is division. How do we break our internal divisions? When I talk about internal division, I'm not talking. You see, the division is too deep that it has even eaten into our family setup. Yes, it has eaten into our family setups. So, I'm only here as a brother to help other ones. I know there are a lot of literate and elite class, but I'm telling you, this is a food for your soul. The message that is coming from my mouth is a food for your soul. I'm telling you. If you listen to my speech, your soul will be happy within you. Yes, you have been listening to the Bible and you think you have been listening to something, but no, you see, the entire world has become like a prison, and there are people who are living in this prison as free prisoners, and there are people who are also living in this prison who have also moved away from the prison. So now, I know 98% of the world population are living in prison. If you are not caught in the religious way, you are caught in the rat race. Yes. So the competition, instead of us to be helping each other, we are competing against each other. As if there is going to be a day they will say you are the first or you are the last. No. When you become rich, you will understand some of my messages. When you become rich to the extent that you can't do anything with money, you realize the rich they begin to give to the poor. There is absolutely nothing to be rich. I am only here to make people I want to open the key. I want people to be hungry for riches and stop living a mediocre life. Yes. I want people to start going they should start growing hunger for riches, because there is too much riches out there to be grabbed. But the black man has been taught to live a mediocre life, has been taught to be naive when it comes to riches, because they want to go to heaven. I'm telling you, there is no heaven. If you cannot enjoy heaven here, if you cannot eat in golden plate, you cannot eat with silver spoon, if you cannot eat with if you cannot live a luxury life here, when you get to heaven, are you going to learn it, or you are going to start learning it? No. No poor man will be accepted in heaven. This is my problem. Now you can clearly see that the new charismatic churches or the latter day churches, They are more into riches, wealth, 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 wealth. They are not wrong. They are correct. When you are poor, poverty is the root of all evil. Poverty is the root of all evil. Who can run away from that? They say riches is the root of all evil, or money is the root of all evil. No. We are 30 million Ghanaians. If we are 30 million billionaires, tell me who is going to steal from who? Who will send who to go and kill who? Who will send who to go and insult who? Who will follow who? That is the order of the day. So riches is good. And I want all of us to sacrifice our time for it. It is good to be rich. We must look for riches and think big. We have been conditioned not to think big. So we have enjoying living a mediocre and naive life. It's about time. Kwame Nkrumah attained independence for Ghana. He built over 300 and something factories. Today, all of them are redundant. Akonsobo is redundant. Temator is redundant. Tema Harbor, I don't know. Tema Motorway, I don't know. You see, these are all visible things for us to see. Can you tell me Kwame Nkrumah coming back to Ghana today will be happy? He shed his blood, his tears, his time. He sacrificed the life, a good life of his children. He has never stolen from us, but he has been named to be stolen, to be a thief. No problem. The thieves, we are seeing them today. The factories he built, tell me who bought it. Tell me. It is the people who are saying Kwame Nkrumah is an evil man. They bought those factories. So, whenever somebody, your brother is speaking, our problem is judgment. We run straight into judgment. He is speaking against God. He is speaking against Jesus. He is an antichrist. Nobody is an antichrist. The Bible God is an antichrist. The God in the Bible is an antichrist because he has those who have written the book have deceived those who are using the book today. There are more churches in Africa than in Europe. There are more churches in Africa than in Americas. Why? Because they thought they were only coming to deceive you with the book. They didn't know you'll be chasing them with the book. So today, their own shadow is now hunting them. They can't run away from it. But today, I am here as a brother to enlighten my fellow black men that the God that was running away from the Babylonians and decided to put chaos among them, the same God it is still written in the same book that God is not the causer of confusion, but God put confusion among the Babylonians, running away from the building that he thought they will come and reach him. How can you follow a story as cheap as this? God is running away from a group of people. For what reason? Today you go to Dubai, we have the Khalifa building as tall as anything. That time there was no sophistication, so the building might not be tall as that. We have the World Trade Center. Yes, those of you who have the opportunity to see some of the tall buildings, today we have the aircrafts going into the sky. God is not running away from the aircraft. God is not running away from the supersonic jets and other stuffs. So this should tell you the book is a book that is to enslave and give you a hypocrite mind. So let's move away from the book. And somebody will ask, now that you are saying the book is wrong, but this same book is telling us, is speaking against morality. This book is speaking against how to treat each other. But let me ask you, the world has been in existence millions of years. But you only came into contact with this book only 500 or 600 years ago. So let me ask you, even Jesus came 2,000 years ago. When did you get to know? You got the entire world. When did they get to know? Only 500 years ago that they got to know the Messiah came. Who is a Messiah? Why should there be a Messiah? Nobody can come to the Father except through him. People also died before him. So where are those people going? Ask yourself. The God that was running away from the Babylonians who were building that building that they want to reach God. Who is that God? Ask yourself. God, in the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God. God used the Word to create everything you can see. All the magnificent things you can see was created by Word. Just after God has finished using the Word to create the world, he has lost touch with the Word. Now God is now putting together 144,000 soldiers of army men to add up to angels so that they can come and rescue the world from the devil or the evil one. Who is the evil one? The devil is a good man. Satan is a good man. If you go to the prisons, how many devils do you see in there? You only see human beings who said they were deceived by the devil to commit crime. Meanwhile, you the one who is going to visit that person. You are also a human being, but the devil was not able to deceive you. Everything exists in our mind. God exists in your mind. The devil exists in your mind. Witchcrafting exists in your mind. They are saying witch and craft. And they are using aircraft. Which craft are you using? You have to ask yourself. These are all words. English or language was created to hide feelings. Language was created to hide feelings. Dr. Bruce Lipton, he's a white man, he's a Caucasian. He said language was created to hide feelings. Before language, what was there? We call it non-verbal communication. Non-verbal communication. When I tell you, I love you, how sure are you I love you? So language was created to hide feelings. And don't forget, English language is less than 2,000 years old. It is additions of other languages. There is Ewe in there, there is Latin in there, there is Greek in there, there is Akan in there, there is every sort of language in English language. So language was only created to hide feelings. I can tell you I love you, you come to my room and I'll kill you. But when you can be able to read the vibration behind the I love you, you realize I'm saying I love you, but I don't really love you. So we have to move. When you can enter into the right consciousness, you can read and understand people before they speak. You can know people, their mindset before even they speak. So people ask me, now that you are saying this, when we stop going to church or when we stop following this and that, how do we follow? You follow your heart. The way is not in the sky, it's inside your heart and your mind. So when there is no church, you are telling me you'll be taking cutlass and be killing people because there is no church. When there is no church, you cannot love each other again. When there is no church, people will not be buried. When there is no church, there will not be wedding. When there is no church, there will not be engagement. No, my brothers, this church is only bringing division, segregation, and demarcation among families, breaking homes. Yes, somebody have to marry, you have to force each other. The man have to force the man to come to the church, or the woman have to force the man to come to her church. This is what is happening around us. And it is looking as if you don't go to church, God cannot bless you. If somebody go to church and he has been able to buy 2 or 4 cars, he go to church and testify that the God of Abraham is good. Somebody too is a Buddhist. He has bought 50 mansions. Somebody too is a Buddhist. He owns Toyota company. He owns the company. You bought only 3 cars out of that company, and you said God has blessed you. So he is not even saying Jesus bless him, but he owns the company, and you bought one car out of that company, and you said God has blessed you. This is the kind of thinking I want us to think. Yes. Somebody owns Samsung company, and he is not talking about Jesus. He is not talking about the Bible God. But almost every Christian have Samsung television in their room. Everybody is holding Samsung mobile phone, still talking about Jesus. No. Your destiny is in your own hands. Let's move away from religion. Do you know the reason